Virtual Racing School was developed to provide support to the next generation of sim racers. No matter if you're a rookie or veteran or what car or track you'll be racing, our goal is to provide training every step of the way. We found that iRacing can be quite difficult without proper training. There needed to be a way to prepare for on-track racing. With VRS, you can literally learn from the best sim racers in the world, including 4-time NASCAR iRacing World Champion Ray Alfala.
And Ray Alfala is a 4-time champion of the NASCAR Pekin Freeze iRacing Series.
3-time iRacing Grand Prix World Champion Martin Kroenke.
Martin Kroenke becomes a 3-time world champion.
Rallycross World Champion Mitchell de Jong.
Mitchell de Jong is now champion for the iRacing Rallycross World Championship Series.
And many other top sim racers. Data packs include everything you need to start learning. Our World Championship coaches create the data packs by setting a hot lap or a series of fast laps for you to compare, analyze, and replicate. Data packs also include a tutorial where the coach points out techniques they use to hit the fast lap. This gives you access to the latest driving techniques and setups before you even hit the track. Sign up for a free account and download the VRS telemetry logger. With this application running seamlessly in the background, your laps automatically start syncing to the VRS website. From there you can analyze and compare 2 laps of your choice, whether it's your data, the coaches, or your teammates. VRS will automatically target improvement opportunities so you can get up to speed even faster. VRS also makes it easy for you to request and schedule one-on-one or group coaching sessions. These sessions can range from 30 to 90 minutes, and you can select the car, track, and setup combination of your choice. Visit virtualracingschool.com today to sign up and get started.
Hello and welcome to the season finale of the Apex Racing Academy Formula 3 Virtual Racing School Super Series. This is round 9 of the championship, and we've got 3 races for you tonight to decide the championship. Live on Apex Racing TV, my name is Sam Fitzpatrick. I'm joined alongside by Alistair Knight. Mark Tranter is operating the cameras, and Alistair, should be a really good final round of the championship. There's 3 15-minute races, couple of reverse grids as well, and yeah, should be very action-packed.
It absolutely, I can't.
Alistair,
Take it, Sam.
keep it up. Yeah, sorry
Austin,
guys, I think Alistair's just got a bit
No, Sam, you stop.
by the
You
occasion.
stop it. Oh my gosh, started off on the great foot. Yeah, it's been a great season. It's going to be a lot of fun. Donington Park, and yeah, Formula 3's around here, season finale, and I'm expecting a very close and fast race, Sam.
Definitely, and of course we've got the championship to decide as well tonight, and we should have the standings available. There you can see Tobias Olsen at the top. I think his drop score as well is really strong. So Olsen, if we're honest, I mean, we'd like to big up the championship, make it sound exciting. He's pretty much won it as Tobias. He would need to pick up a bunch of incidents, honestly, which could happen, because if you get, say, a level 2 penalty, which is fairly ordinary in this series, then you can get 20 penalty points, and that can cut it down the gap a little bit. But Olsen looking very strong. He just needs to keep it clean tonight, and he should be to the title. Will Redford there in second place, and it's Nicholas Rasmussen and Kai Tiago Marte and Christoph Herben. A really competitive top 5 there. And then you see in 6th place is the top of the AMS, Leinhard Schnabel the 288, and he has really dominated this season, being super impressive because second place in the Amateur Championship is Jack Reeve at the moment, and he is 100 points behind. I don't think Schnabel, you would need to crash like 10 times tonight in order to close that gap. However, it is close between Reeve and Smith. Smith with a pit lane start to serve tonight, so it might hurt him a bit. The Zem Racing drivers battling for that runner-up spot. So yeah, Alistair, I mean, we've got both championships should be pretty much decided, but still close for the next best positions. Yeah,
and the AMS Championship is really close. And that's going to be a lot of fun. I believe the fight for second place is separated by only 4 points.
Yeah, could really go either way. And yeah, with 3 races tonight, not like the 2 races we had at Laguna Seca. These 3 race events usually are a bit more chaotic. We are using the full layouts, Alistair, tonight, which personally I'm not a huge fan of. You know, I prefer sorts of the national one. I'm not a big fan of the hairpins. They are very tricky to manage. But I guess a couple of extra maybe taking spots perhaps.
Yeah, the S's turns 9 and 10, the flick left and the flick right heading into, well, the Grand Prix layout all the way down to the Melbourne hairpin. Very tight hairpin, 180 degrees. You can really send one up the inside or get a good setup heading into Goddard's, a little bit wider hairpin. Onto the front straight. Those are the added corners. It's a little bit more, but it's a little bit more racy than the national layout with those 2 braking zones, because honestly, outside of that, there's not a lot of big braking points on this track.
Yeah, I mean, it's a brilliant driver circuit this, but you are right, without the extra couple of hairpins available for the drivers, it is a little bit tricky to get those overtakes done, because everyone was going to visit this place, but we're going to change the circuit radically. I think they're going to do like a 90-degree corner here, and then kind of use the elevation change to make some real steep inclines as Martoy goes to the top of qualifying. Rasmussen improves to 3rd place, also recently improving. Redford approaches the line. Can he go top? No, he cannot, but he has got just about enough time to set up 1-1 lap. He will pretty much be the last of the front runners to complete their lap times.
Yeah, Will Redford go to lap by him, just a 10th off, and knowing Marteau, he's going to pull something out of the bag right here. He's got a little bit of, he's got a car ahead of him, and that could be giving him a little bit of a small toe as they head up into copies and heading down into the S's. This straightaway really great in GT4s, and Will Redford's gone off. Redford unable to top that time as he is off as Marteau heads through the S's right there. As Rasmussen behind him goes off at the exit of the right of the S's as well. He will be improving his time. And I believe Marteau is going faster right here because he is getting a little bit of help from the car ahead of him.
Yeah, well, that's Olsen just in front of it. I don't think Olsen's going to improve. I'm not saying any green sectors. Might improve by maybe 100. Nah, just a bit short there. Marteau even past that quarter of the second clear. Excellent work then from the Dutch driver, who has got stronger as the season has gone on, but missed round 1 of the championship, and that's left him a lot to do ever since. Schnabel is not going to get pole position in the AMS for once. It's going to be Jack Reeve, I think, because Schnabel has not got enough time to set another lap. Chino's going to be really close across the line. I don't think he made that one, unfortunately.
No, he didn't.
I'm not sure if it was going to be an improvement anyway, but Gacchino stays in that fairly promising 5th position for him, as we see the grid. Marteau up on pole position ahead of Olsen. Then it is Redford, Rasmussen, Gacchino, Zwemstra, Zuayan, Negretti, Reeve with one of his best qualifyings of the season, up there 9th place of 8. You see 1.2 seconds off of the pace, so quite a big spread in pace tonight. There's Lennart Schnabel, Mattis Martinsson, Oscar Christensen, 2 of the newer drivers to ARL. Florian Beer is in 13th place. Then it's Jacob Villamore in 3rd place at the AMS, and the next few are all AMS as well. Manishev, Moore, Fowler, Potapenko, albeit he, I believe, will be starting from the pits. Vos, Blaze, Boberg, Charney, K-Batch, Roggenbuck, Bartolotta, Sandstrom, Rosenkrantz, Smith, Engelhardt, Hotham, and a quad. Many drivers starting from the pits for this one, Austin, but even despite that, I think this could be a very chaotic first because it is very narrow for the first half of the start.
It is extremely narrow. Heading down all the way to turn 4, all the way up to turn 7. It's going to be a very tightly contested race. The elbows are going to be out, and we're going to be seeing some drivers throwing a little bit of a punch here and there. Got to duck and weave. Make sure you play the long game around here, because or else this is going to turn into an absolute mess of a show right there. Marteau's got that inside pole position line heading into Red Gate. And that right-hander is going to be very good for him to defend, but if you can hold it around the outside, if Olsen gets a good start, he can swing around the outside of Marteau and head it down to the old hairpin. That corner is so tricky. If you break it a little bit too much for that, you're going to be sitting duck, and everyone's going to have to go around for you. If you break too little, you're going to go off into the grass, and if very easy to lose it. We're going to find out how the finale of the Apex Racing Academy VRS Super Series gets underway as we're green here at Donington Park. It's a great start by Marteau. Olsen, not the best start. Here comes Redford going down to the inside, heading into Red Gate. Redford backing off in Red Gate right there as we're 2x2, 3 wide in the background. A little bit of shuffling cars, but everybody's staying on track as cars are coming out of the pits right now as they head down the Crater Curves and up into the old hairpin. Oh, car gets into the grass! That was Christensen right there. We got another car off. That's Reeve. Reeves off the track.
And Negretti, and then also Fowler and Moore seemingly getting involved in something unrelated. We've got another one. That's Pacino spinning up. Zuayan has to go the other way. And also Manishev and Reeves being involved in a second day instead with pots of paint as well.
Oh,
Pacino
chaos
continues
back there.
to drop down after his mistake. And has really changed the order. Villamore going very slow. Is that just a slowdown? I think it is just a slowdown for Villamore. Wants to cut that corner a bit too much, very easy to do. And of course, it's going to be a bit penalty on lap 1 of the race. So big spread already. And what we've got, for example, Christian Engelhardt up 15 places from the start.
Yeah, Jack Reeve fell down to 25th place right there. It was originally just a avoidance right there, but then the car ahead of him, the Zoya Giacchino spin, I think it was caught up in there, and there was a massive collection of cars that went off track because I believe they were parked on the racing line, so everybody chose to go wide right there, and you're going to be seeing a lot of cars might be hopping into the pit lane. One just hopped in there. Sandstrom hopped into the pits, as this is Aaron Smith looking down the inside of the 229 at Kamali Chani, and Smith goes up there. He's going to get 1. He's going to get 2, as that is Christian Engelhardt on the inside of the track, spun around side by side. Phil Moore. I think he's getting a little bit of a bump draft help by Christensen right there. Kristen Bigsen at McLean's.
Barely made it. This is where Villamore got the slowdown on lap 1. He's not going to be able to get the slowdown this time. He's having to evade the apex, trying to find room around his opponent.
Oh, he's being squeezed, but he's got the pace.
Moore and Boberg involved in this one as well. Here he comes. This can be a very tricky corner to make a move around, but I think he's far enough alongside. They're kind of both waiting for one another. Villamore gets ahead though, and Christensen will have to wait another lap more, just about keeping Boberg behind. You can see
they're 4 wide behind him.
Gaining a lot of time.
They're 4 wide in
the middle. Lots of ways to contact. He's stationary on the track. They hook as well. More apologies. I think a couple of other cars are going to take a base of action. Boberg lost out from that. And was it Smith who managed to get up the inside of all?
I think that was Aaron Smith. He sent it 4 wide into the apex right there. That is insane. And the drivers just, to quote, I don't know what the drivers, but they just said, I don't know what you're thinking taking that 4 wide, but Aaron Smith had a great view. It was Rosenkrantz, I think, the one on all the way down the inside. And just look at that. Yeah, he just overcooked that corner and forced everybody to go wide and cooked everybody else. So, yeah, that was Chris Rosenkrantz who made that move. Very aggressive by him, I must say, because he did miss the apex by a mile. Now, did he make
Well, he
contact
made
with
the first apex, didn't he? But
yes,
then
he
was
made the
very
first
far away from
apex,
sort
but
of-
when you go for wide, I gotta say, you made the first apex good. If you hit the apex of the track on the outside of the track while you're side by side with other cars, you've done something wrong.
Here we go alongside again. This is Christensen this time is past then, so that one was coming for a while. He's up into 9th. Villamore gets demoted to 10th place overall a bit. Again, he's
Fillmore
close
looking
enough
down the
to
inside. Here
go
comes
for a dive if you
oh,
want.
Nope. Fillmore, he was looking at it, just decided not to go for it. You know, it's the final race of the season. I totally understand it. Some guys have said it's the final race. I'm going for it. Yeet. And you know, that was a yeet at Rosencrantz. Whoa!
Oh, what's Villamore doing now?
That's a slowdown. Fillmore's got a slowdown.
I think it's more than a slowdown.
He stopped on the racing line. Yeah, he's out. He's out. Did he fuel up? Oh, did you run out of fuel?
Oh, yeah, that's a good shout. Well, I think the drivers put more fuel than that for qualifying. Let's see.
Oh, he
no,
was
there was
hit right
contact
there.
behind, wasn't it? Wow.
Oh my gosh, Christensen.
So that was just a...
Gets into
yeah,
the
that
back of him, and
was
then
judgment
everything
there.
just... Did his back right wheel just come to slot?
Or Rosencrantz, I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, Rosencrantz hit. Yeah, Rosencrantz, well, 2 laps in a row. Not looking the most clean race for him. Let's take another look at
So
this.
here it was.
Oh, yep, there's
I mean,
contact.
Villamore seemed to
back right.
slow down a bit there. I didn't know he...
Look at the crab. Look at that crab right there by Fillmore. He did break out the suspension.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Fillmore did get a
They
suspension
as well.
Yeah, it's just a late reaction. Well, he did slow down like extremely suddenly too. So he might have picked up a slowdown penalty in the S's, and was just expecting to clear that naturally, and it was getting really close. And he had to avoid that, and then Rosencrantz is right there behind him. So it might have been a combination of he had a slowdown, but it was originally he had a slowdown, and then he got wheel damage. Very unfortunate for him. And Christensen, no, Rosencrantz, you could say, being just behind him. Marteau, 1.7 seconds in the lead, ahead of Tobias Olsen, but Olsen last lap, new fastest lap of the race. Now, I must say that new fastest legal lap of the race. Marteau did go faster by about a few hundredths of a second, a few tenths.
3 tenths.
Yeah, 3 tenths, but he did go off track, you naughty boy. Safety rating is not applied in ARL.
No, well, but the drivers do still need to keep below the 16 instant note, but in the single seats that's usually easy enough, as you might see some instants being accumulated here, because Negretti and Beer are within touching distance. Apologies, that's Beer and K-Batch. K-Batch not getting past there. Beer down 3 places from this start. He clearly had problems.
Oh, here comes Andy Moore.
Melanzani racing driver. Look at these others as well. Moore, that's a lot coming back for umpteenth time so far. Today's already had a couple of issues, and this is going to be a tricky few laps for K-Batch. He's got some quick drivers lining up.
Yeah, Moore had a great line around the outside right there. Here comes, oh, Bartolona swinging to the outside right there, Kabachi. Oh, K-Batch almost got into the side of him. He went a little bit wide on the apex, but here's Bartolota down to the inside of the greater curves, heading into the old hairpin. And, oh, he gets into the back of him, and, oh, no. Oh, Bartolota and Moore. Contact right there, and K-Batch is probably just saying, okay, I'll take it. Very unfortunate for those 2 drivers. But for Morgan K-Batch, plus 6 spots. Good race by him. Brett Accord has had a great race today. Up 13. Brian Hoffman and Aaron Smith up 17 and 18 places. Chris Rosencrantz, well, he's looking, yeah, he's up 18 as well. He's fighting with Christensen down the inside of Goddard's, but here comes Christensen off the exit. He's going to have a little bit of the draft, and he's going to be pressuring Rosencrantz on that inside line, but not really holding him to that as I head into Redgate. And yeah, Rosencrantz going to be up into 9 of 18 spots. Very aggressive day, but off the exit. Here comes Kristen down the inside, and they touch! And they both go out track. Kristen, is he going to pull a Ferrari? Oh, Kristen getting back on the track. I thought he was going to try to overtake him around the outside, but there was contact right there between those two. And, speaking of side-by-side, Schnabel around the outside of the S's. Oh, he's cut the corner just a little bit. He's going to get a slowdown as Zoyan went down the inside. Now Zoyan's looking on the outside. Schnabel defending on the inside with a... he's going to definitely have a slowdown for that. The pull-on wheel was off the track right there. As here comes Zoyan. We're going to be seeing Zoyan, the Canadian, send one down the inside. Yes, we are. But it's not going to have any mustard or money to that one right there. As Lennart Schnabel, the German AM Division champion, pretty much locked that one up. Even before the last round started, this Brian Hotham, I think he had the slowdown that he needed to clear as he let Negret by. You know, there needs to be an ARL Racing Champions. Whoop! That's Schnabel off the track.
Zoyan, this is going to be tricky for him, but he's got the much better line so narrow that if you're on the outside here, you just got to continue. He spins round Zoyan. Oh, he did well to keep control of it. I thought that was totally looping, but he just lost a few seconds in the end and might have time to catch up to the German by the end of the race. He had that one absolutely locked in, did Zoyan, but just pushed it a bit too far. Here comes Redford on the back of Olsen. Olsen pretty much with the title in the bag already, but I'm sure Redford would like to get a couple of extra race wins tonight. Remember, reverse grid of 6 coming up, so that battle between Schnabel and Zoyan is very important. As here comes Redford up the inside of the Swedish Travel, will get a much better exit. And heading into Redgate, he might be able to respond, but you can pretty much bet your house that so Redford will defend strong. Well, if anything, he's left the inside a bit open.
You can go around the outside a lot faster.
Yeah, much better line through there, and he consolidates that second place. So good work from Will Redford.
Yeah, very nice, clean overtake right there. Smart decision to go onto the outside. It looked like he was going to defend on the inside, but you know that's really going to slow down your speed at Redgate because Redgate is a reducing radius corner, and you want to late apex that. And if you hit the early apex, you're going to be a sitting duck heading through the crater curves. And we saw that earlier with Rosencrantz and Christensen. And speaking of Christensen, he's fallen down. Aaron Smith is in 10th place now. And
yeah, I don't know if Smith maybe he's just overhauled him. Well, on that last lap, Christensen was actually faster, so it must have not been on that last lap, but maybe the lap previous.
Yeah, I think it was when they were off the track when that contact was happening. So that might have been the case when Christensen and Rosencrantz made contact at the old hairpin, and Smith might have snuck by, but I'm just now noticing that because we did switch off to a fight ahead of him. But yeah, Oscar Christensen. Not a good day to write home about so far. It's only been 1 out of 3 races. Florian Beer behind Brian Hotham. Beer looking down the inside. And, Brian's just early break letting Beer by. They aren't in the same class. No reason to make enemies on the last day of the season.
No, absolutely not. If anything, Hotham maybe just ailing right there as Beer moved past. He was ailing. He was ailing as Beer got past.
You don't have to repeat it.
Yeah, I think I do.
No, you don't. It's so horrible. It's horrible.
I'll try to. There's all the things that I don't do during the season, which I've got a lot to make up for in this final round. But lots of past K-Batch. I know Mark and Alistair are on tenterhooks now. See when the next one's going to come in.
We're shaking our heads at you.
Be patient, guys. Bart's moves on past, and he'll be onto the back of Blaze and Accord by the end of this one. Negretti is on the back of Bobo. Bobo under the radar, but having a good evening so far. Gets he just too quick across the
Oh,
board.
but he's
Champion
missed
in
the
this series,
corner.
he's gone over the chicane. And, well, maybe earlier on wasn't a slowdown. That will definitely
That
be
is a slow. That's a slowdown and a half right there. Justin Egret not gonna be happy about that. You know, he had the opportunity and he made it as Christensen and Smith get into each other. Smith on the apex of the corner pretty much lost the back end. He caught it, but unfortunately for Christensen, Christensen was heading in there with a head full of steam pretty much, and unfortunately made contact with them. And Aaron Smith was probably just like, didn't mean to. Little bit of a the words escape my head.
mistake. Error?
Gaggle.
Yes. Gaggle. Oh, lovely. Lovely.
Yeah,
one.
it was I think it was a cord that was off the track right there. Mickey Bly's going slow, and we had the car off the track, car at the apex of the road, and a car all the way to the other side of the track. Green line for a little bit. I think there might have been a little bit of chaos at the exit of the hairpin. It's right on board of Mickey, the 299 Canadian, heading up into Copies as he gets a great line down the inside. Brett Cord going wide, and I think Brett just missing Copies. I was about to say, it's real. That corner is so deceptively hard. These drivers who can nail it in, day out, they really know this track. And you know, I gotta say, in iRacing, the corners that you really need to know to be really good around here, that is definitely one of them. And you know, it probably shows why I've never really done a lot of races around here. I can't nail that I can't nail that corner to save my life, and you can see how easy it is to make a mistake around there. Strachino shakes up a little bit of grass.
Past, we've seen that a lot of the time with errors coming after overtakes and then being undone, as Thiago Marteau with just a couple more corners here. This has been now very simple for him. Took pole position by quarters of a second. He pulled out a gap straight away, and he has just been cruising ever since. Car number one, the two-time defending champion. He's not going to win the championship this season, but it is a nice way to kick off this final round of the championship. And he hits the fast enough to race. Last lap of Memphis quickly improves on any other battles going on. Seems like Smith's got that gap over Gacchino. In fact, it's Boberg who's a little bit closer.
Fowler's had a...
the end. And
that's not
he
good for
tried
Fowler.
to chase down Boberg once again. But it seemed like that was that chance at the chicane. He wasn't able to take it earlier on. And he's going to have to settle for 14th position after the wall.
Yeah, and Justin Egret. Oh, Justin! No! In the final corner, too much mustard heading into there. A massive lockup. It was either it looked like the car just didn't even want to turn in or something. But that is so odd, and he's losing a lot of time to other cars around him. But ahead of him, Aaron Smith is in 11th. Jack Reeve, his championship rival, down in 24th. So this is what happened to Yeah, it's just late on the brakes.
Yeah, the just out of the track confines there. He was just out after being just in.
I've had a very similar incident like that before.
He was just out of the track confines.
Yeah, I had a very interesting incident by that before where I've completely blown open that corner. I did miss breaking point, but it was mainly because my wheel fell off my desk in that corner in the F3. And I think that was the last F3 official iRacing race I've ever done. It was about 3 seasons ago.
Well, hopefully Justin's wheel didn't fall off and he gets back going. Gosh, we're already going to the gridding. So there's the results. We pretty much went through them anyway. Reverse grid of 6. So Schnabel is on pole position then for race 2. We've got about 15 more seconds of gridding up to go. There he is, the only amateur in the top 10. Smith, the next place out. Schnabel usually will let the pro guys go, but could be a good one with Olsen, Redford and Marto. Probably the favourites, but really anyone out of that top 6 could have a good result in this race. Too short, so gridding up tight. You see the Jazz lining up all the way back at the hairpin as well. Lights coming on for race 2 of the evening. Smith with another pit lane start to serve. We launch away. Wasn't a strong start for Schnabel.
Oh, look at Redford.
Alongside for Zwemster. Redford looking very racing. Got nowhere to go with it though. Up the inside. Schnabel keeps
going.
Chaos
at start. Martinson, Zoyan are off.
Yeah, Martinson and Beer as well gets involved in that one. Seems like they've mainly avoided damage. Rasmussen then upper pace. Poor start for Zwemster despite it being a good launch time. Getting caught on the outside. Being overtaken by a couple of drivers. Marto's off the track and Redford is off the track as well. That may have been related to one another, and that has left them with a lot of work to do, mainly with time. Fortunately not losing too many places between the two of them. Christensen up 5 places. He's the big gainer after the start so far.
Lice and Bartolota having an incident as well. I think what happened is Redford went off and then Bartol went off and then they might have hit each other, which pushed Redford off just a little bit more to the other side of the track, because Bartol entering the old hairpin was actually ahead of Redford. Behind Redford is Chaos in the S's. I think I saw 2 cars making contact right there. Christian and Rosenkrantz continuing their duel. 3 wide, heading into Melbourne. Oh no! Got another. I think that's Shawnee on top of somebody else.
It was Villamore on top, I think. Of someone else who hit. That was that'll be a penalty for Jacob. Unfortunately, totally missed his braking point and then put on all the brakes, looked up the rears because he realised he wasn't going to make the corner, and it caused a miss. So Schnabel's still at the top then. He's done well to hold on for a full lap, but I'm not sure how much longer he will be able to pull on for. As we'll see what happens to Martins, and this may have involved Beer as well. And
4 wide in turn one. We saw this into the hairpin. 4 wide doesn't work pretty much around anywhere. Big contact. And Redford and Marteau off at McLean's. But it looks like Marteau might have been turned by Christensen though.
Yeah, that was messy. How Marteau still up in 9th place. He's had 2 half spins. He's still going. That's a big pack of drivers. Schnabel just about holding way in to cut to the leaders, because I think that might be a move on for Rasmussen. He's lining this one up into the hairpins. Not particularly good exit. He's got to get it done quick. That's got his teammate, well, he's got 3 teammates behind him, so this is looking excellent for all concerned.
It's definitely an opportunity for them right there. But you know, the teammates, they usually help you when you know, there's a car that you're defending behind with. When you're attacking it, it's basically, hey, let me go first. If I can't get him, you can get him. Currently, the fastest out of all of them is Olsen in 2nd place, but Schnabel's really holding his own right here. I'm going to have to say, within 2 laps, though, Schnabel's going to have to start getting the elbows really out as Rasmussen, Olsen, and Zwemster go off the track, kicking up a little bit of the dust. Right there, Marteau and Boberg also getting off the track just a little bit.
Marteau looks so yeah, that's Rosenkrantz in the back of Christensen, sorry. But yeah, Christensen up 5 places, had an excellent start, managing to navigate his way through everything. Redford down into 18th place. It's a reverse grid of 10 for race 2, so Redford's got plenty of time to get up into the top 10. As long as he doesn't have any problems for himself, he should comfortably make that time up, because it's inevitable that guys will have problems in the top 10, which will go towards him, as it looks like Rosenkrantz was able to get the move done on Christensen up into 5th position now. Come back to Aaron Smith, who I think started from the pit lane, had 2 pit lane starts to serve tonight. Unfortunately for him, or sort of unfortunately for him, his teammate had a problem, Jack Reeve, and so looks like he's going to be able to outscore Reeve for the 2nd time this week. Outside lead has opened up a bit, and Briley Charlie also battling with Mickey Blaze. Charlie was very quick in practice, was 3rd highest of the amateur drivers, but not quite back in that pace up on the race a little bit. I think he may have had a few problems so far in this event, and he's being overtaken by Jesper Sandstrom, who we've barely seen so far, because I think he may have retired in race 1 and trying to make his way up through the order in this race 2. We cut back to the leaders, also now ahead of Rasmussen, and well, if Schnabel could keep Rasmussen behind him, I'm not sure he's going to be able to keep Tobias Olsen.
Yeah, the teammates, Alcatek and HR, putting another clip into the chamber, and while Schnabel unfortunately can't hold any of them off as he takes just a little bit too much grass right there, goes around and falls down into 4th place. And, you know, I'm going to have to blame that on Samuel when a
No. I said he was going to get overtaken by Olsen, so that was not occurred. If I said Schnabel's got an excellent chance at winning this race, then that would be wrong. Alistair, stop putting words in my mouth.
Hey, you're the one who's been calling me by the wrong name this entire time, so I don't know who to trust right here.
I don't know what you're talking about, Alistair. Honestly, I think you've lost your marbles.
No, you've lost your marbles. You've lost your marbles. At least I call you by the right name.
Well, yes. Well, we'll decide about that. Maybe I want to change halfway through the broadcast. Here comes Smith, anyway. And he is past Negretti. And does a slide for Ross, and Negretti going a bit wide. Ross spinning all the way round.
There's a little bit of tap between him and Justin heading into there. That got Ross loose. And, that's a mistake you can't really recover from. Rosgrant's defended from Kutiak Marteau. Marteau just backing off just a little bit into the S's behind them, though. Chiquino and Christensen really going at each other.
For Engelhardt, he's back on the track, fortunately. But you're right, I think Chiquino just came past Christensen. Wasn't he was 1 second faster than that last time. It was Chiquino. In fact, I think apart from Marteau, he was the fastest man on track the last time. Of course, it was Max, so he's got excellent pace. Marteau could still get second place out of this. Marteau, he's got a bit of catching up to do. I don't think Schnabel and Rosenkrantz were holding up for very long.
I can tell you, this race, what I really like doing as a co-commentator is I really love listening to the driver radios. This has been an absolute chippy race out there. A lot of drivers. Ooh, hello, Redford on the inside of Aaron Smith right there. Beauty of a late move, but here comes Smith off the exit. But yeah, the driver's radio, they've been very talkative about, you know, instance at the start. You can see Aaron Smith and Redford, they both have front wing damage. The front right wing has been very chipped in as, yeah, that was Boberg off the track.
Yes, those good scrums. I was suddenly thinking, is Redford going to get into the top 10? And I saw Boberg, and I was like, oh my goodness, this could be significant for that thing. As here comes Marteau, yeah, you're absolutely right, passed into 5th position by number 1. So he'll certainly get Schnabel and maybe Zwemscher. I think he's going to get Olsen or Rasmussen. They're keeping up a good pace out in the lead at the moment. But yeah, remember, top 10 is the reverse grid, and Boberg has put that into jeopardy now because he's got Malashev and Redford not far behind him in 11th and 12th. Negretti just going past Smith. Negretti's having a very odd one where he's been overtaken by a few drivers I'd expect him to be faster than, and now he seems to try to be overtaking Smith, who, I mean, these guys are usually very evenly matched, but Negretti looking racy.
Yeah, well, we've been seeing Justin get into a little bit of incidents here and there. It just might just be up to the track and him not being a fan of it. And I know a few drivers, you know, if they had the opportunity, they would avoid racing here. It's like me in Oran Park. I'm really not a fan of that. No, Alton Park. I like it. Oh, contact! Engelhardt and more getting pushed out even wider by Christian Engelhardt right there. You know, some drivers just might not really like this track and just be having a very off day, and they just know that this will be their drop round at the end of the season. And you know, they still show up. They don't want to give up at it. As here comes Florian Beer down the inside. It was just selling a fake right there. Not wanting to go side by side with Smith through the S's right there. And I gotta say, the S's are probably the fastest chicane in the world.
Yeah, you can almost straight line it, can't you? I think It'd be better, I think, if you had some more significant curves, though. Maybe like Montreal and
Montreal-esque curves would definitely make the track a lot more. What would be the word? Penalizing.
Yes. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, because at the moment you can't really pick up much damage, can you? Just get a slowdown. That's the worst that it goes, whereas, yeah, those Montreal curves can really launch yourself over. Schnabel has been caught by Marteau. So, can Marteau show us how you can overtake into the chicane? I think he's a bit too far back, actually. And so, we'll have to instead try to get that line just right.
Yeah, Marteau's not too far back now. Marteau's got him right where he wants to be. If he really nails this exit like he is done right there, he's going to have an opportunity heading into the billboard here, but down to the inside. Here comes Thiago Marteau swinging it down low. Up in the fourth, a little bit of contact. They got hung up on each other, just a little bit off the exit, but Marteau gets up there in the fourth. Schnabel falls down to the fifth place right there. Schnabel's got Rosenkrantz right behind him, but Schnabel, he's still there on Thiago Marteau. You can see Marteau just sliding the car off the exit as he got onto the curbs, but he's starting to pull away from the WS Racing Esports driver, amateur champion, chip winner, getting, well, still up there in fifth place. But, you know, Schnabel, if the next season if he returns to the Apex Racing Academy VRS F3 Super Series, I'm expecting to see Schnabel's name next to a red color, unless we go to the Pro-Am structure of championships.
Perhaps. I don't even know what the colors are of the Pro-Am.
That would be green, so it will still say green.
Oh, here we go. Redbird
down the
past
inside.
manager. So now he's just got. Oh, in fact, Hotham. Does that happen to Hotham? I think something did happen to Hotham. Or Boberg's just caught in that and passed him. Boberg's up into 9th and Hotham. I doubt he's going to have much of a chance to keep behind Redbird. It's only 3 minutes to go, but that should be enough time for the British driver to make his move. And of course, 10th place will be reverse good pot, and if Redbird can get that, he would be the overwhelming favourite for race 3. Hotham, by the way, on that last lap lost about a second to Boberg. So I think it was just a bit of a mistake.
Reverend's got damage.
He has, but he's still very quick.
Yeah, it's down the inside for Will Redford. Oh, absolutely not even defended by Brian Hotham. You know, that's a pro versus a pro versus an am, but yeah, the colors for Pro-Am and AM and the ARL Mazda series, which is on Mondays, AM has been transferred to white, Pro-Am is green, and then pros are still red. And I feel like if this series had that next season, they would really make things a lot more interesting as well. But
Chino has made a mistake. He is off the circuit at the moment. I think he's going to keep that 8th place crucially. Of course, does not want to drop outside that top 10. As here comes Marteau, he's got a really good chance on the back of Zwemstra, who goes pretty much as defensive as he can. He's missed the corner though, gets a decent exit. Marteau on the power at a similar time. He has got his nose ahead, but Zwemstra still with the possibility to keep track of position. Marteau maybe a bit early on the power had to get out of it, but now for the first time really he has got the inside into one of these corners as Thiago Marteau, race 1 winner of course, and still Zwemstra fighting super hard, super brilliantly. The Dutch drivers remain alongside. Again, it will be Marteau on the inside by the time they get to
Zwemstra's down the inside.
Corner. He's squeezing him a little bit. Marteau finally gets ahead at the corner that he had problems at on lap 1.
They're going to continue. They're going to continue heading into the cleans.
He's going to get partially alongside. Just later on the brakes though is Marteau. He's onto the grass though. We've seen that so many times. Drivers over speeding into that corner, and they're being alongside for pretty much a full lap here. Marteau finally gets ahead, albeit Zwemstra, I'm sure, will come back.
Here comes Zwemstra. He's not going to let him get away from him right there. He's got his nose down to the inside of the S's and decided about it. As cool as it might have looked, I shouldn't do that, because if you look behind him, Rosenkrantz and Schnabel, are right there, nipping at their heels right now, and Slemstra almost getting collected by Rosencrantz right there, as here is Kabachi behind Fowler. Russ Fowler up ahead, as Brian Forrest behind him went off the track, and I feel like into the wall. Jack Reed is still in 23rd place.
Yeah, he had to take a faster pace. He was tasting catch from the field. So
and I feel like that will give Potapenko at Sandstrom. Potapenko with that wider line is going to have the better exit. Looking for that another outside line, but I think this is backed off right there. The Ukrainian backing away from the Swedish driver Sandstrom up into 16th place. Very good fight right there. White flag is in the air for these drivers as Tobias Olsen, while putting in a Marteau-esque run, 2.7 seconds in the lead ahead of his teammate right there. As this is Rosencrantz looking for 4th place on Swemstra. Shikino in the background.
Again, come on, Kajino. He's not going to drop down to 10th.
Oh, that's pushed Bobber and Hotham into
Hotham.
9th and 10th. And I know you were saying that Hotham was looking on the outside in for a top 10. Well, he got a top 10 right there. Tobias Olsen takes race number 2 win, and you can tell he's excited about that one. Rasmussen finishes 2nd. Marteau finishes in 3rd. Swemstra in 4th. Rosencrantz in 5th. Schnabel takes another AM victory in 6th place. Christensen will be finished in 7th, will be starting in 4th place. Redford, well, he's not going to be on the front row right there, but he's still going to be the overall favorite for race number 3. Finishes at 8th. Bauberg and Hotham be your front row. It'll be an amateur front row for the final race of the season here.
Just a question on the chat from Alex Jonsson. Does this mean that Olsen is the driver's champion? Well, he was pretty much driver's champion before. And then we should add the caveat. I mean, he could get himself, if he like intentionally drives into someone, then the stewards may just say, yeah, they'll take the championship off him, or they could give him like 100 penalty points and deny him the championship. So, you know, you could like do something real bad and get a bunch of penalty points. So we shouldn't call the championship until it's absolutely over. But as long as Olsen doesn't lose his mind in race 3, he should be fine. He just needs to avoid getting too many penalties, so that should be fine for him. And also, Johan Lindberg saying, go Olsen and Olkentek, and I think that's a good opportunity to congratulate Olkentek. Again, they need to make sure their drivers don't go berserk in race 3, but Olkentek, the team's champions, so congratulations to them. We'll talk about that a bit later on as well. As you see, it was nearly a 1-2-3, but Swemstra just dropped down in the end. Olsen and Rasmussen though at the top. Marteau, Swemstra, Rosencrantz were in 3rd, 4th and 5th. Schnabel top of the AMs. Christensen, Redford was comfortably in the top 10. I doubted it for a moment, but it's obvious that he was always going to get in there. Boberg and Hotham will be on the front row for race 3. Then it was Manishev, Negretti, Beer, Giacchino, Smith, Sandstrom, Potapenko, K-Batch, Fowler, Accord, Martinson, Force, Reeve, Bartslotzer, Rockenbach, Blade, Moore, Charlie, Villamore, Engelhardt, and Zuayin. That's a shame for Zuayin after a decent race 1 performance. So we'll be back with you in just a moment. We're just going to play some adverts for some of our sponsors for this series, but we'll be back with you for the final race of the season in just a few minutes.
Are you struggling for consistency in your sim racing? Does your iRating look like a roller coaster? If so, we have good news for you. The way to get more consistent is to first understand what you're doing differently than the professionals. And VRS is the answer. With our competitive subscription, you will have the telemetry, setups, tutorials, and everything else you need to fully analyze your driving. Our data packs and the ability to compare your driving with the best in the world will show you exactly where to adjust your inputs, change your driving line, and shave seconds off of your lap times. And our powerful and precise Direct Force Pro wheelbase and precision pedals are being used by some of the world's best drivers, including Peter Berryman, John Robertson, Brandon Trano, and IndyCar World Champion Alex Palou. All these champions agree that VRS hardware is not just the best on the market, it's also priced well below the competition. So if you're looking to upgrade to direct drive and the best pedals in sim racing, VRS is your answer. If you want to get better, get faster, and make it happen sooner rather than later, you owe it to yourself to find out why so many people are switching to VRS. You'll be so glad that you did. Visit www.virtualracingschool.com and learn why the best use VRS.
Welcome back to the final round, final meeting, final race of the season in the Apex Racing Academy Formula 3 Virtual Racing School Super Series live on Apex Racing TV. Once again, I'm Sam Fitzpatrick. Once again, I'm joined alongside by Alistair Knight, Mark Chancer, doing a great job as he has done all season long on the cameras. We've got the final race of the season to come up. Hotham finished P10. Alistair in race 2. And looking to maybe get a win in race 3, but honestly I think Will Redford is the obvious choice to probably take this one.
Yeah, Will Redford, the highest starting pro, and you know, he's definitely looking to put a statement on this season. And so, you know, he'll be starting up there second row, but you know, he's got Christensen with him, and Christensen and Redford, they've been very fast around here, and it's going to be a very exciting race. It's the final race of the season here, and it all comes down to this for a few of these drivers, but you know, most of the championships are done and dusted right now, and they're pretty much just going to have to try for 15 minutes to take their prizes. As here we go, final 5 red lights, and away they go. Green, 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 and what a start by Will Redford, immediately jumping up into second. He's going to try to go up into the lead. Immediately heading into red gate, now down to the inside. Oh, he's backed off right there. It was really opportunistic look by Redford, but he's going to get him off the exit right there. As it's Redford, Hotham, Bobber, Christensen, Schnabel, Rosencrantz, Swenstra, Marteau, Rasmussen, and Olsen, your top 10 right now as they head all the way down into the old hairpin, and it's chaos. Hotham's off, Rosencrantz off, and Schnabel is off right there. Schnabel was the one that was sideways. The amateur championship, champion, as Christensen goes off again. Absolute crazy start of the race for the Ansons. There's more chaos right in front of Q-Tuck and Martos. That's Bobbert. Oh, the front row absolutely just got cursed right there. Both of the drivers starting on the front row has either crashed out or just had a massive incident. And, well, it's definitely not the way you wanted to end the season right there, but absolute calamity happening throughout the series. Throughout the grid right there, I saw one car just completely cut the S's right there. Rosencrantz jumping down to ninth place onto the inside of Malashev. He's got Hotham ahead of him, and Aaron Smith is kind of in a ham sandwich right there as Rosencrantz and Justin Egret. Justin sending it down to the inside and sending it into the wall. Well, gosh, he was in, and then he was out.
I'll be quiet. With Rosencrantz as an instant, probably hardware failure, one would hope. Because that was crazy, and he did have the problems at that corner earlier on, of course. What's that scale? And Marteau is off the circuit. Oh, hopefully he hasn't crashed. He can at least take the finish.
Oh, he's around.
I think he's reached the wall, but that's an odd instant. That must have been contact, as Martinson is off the track. Horse is having problems as well.
Okay, we're going to see what happened to Marteau, and then I think we're going to see the incident with Justin. As oh, he's hit the inside curb. And oh, that is the weirdest spot you usually see a car spin out on. It's not the way that we usually expect a car to have that, so that is extremely odd. He's hit the apex that I think he just straddled the curb that just upset the car, spin him around. Oh my gosh. As behind him, Sandstrom Malyshev going outside Malyshev. Surprised to see Sandstrom sending one down the inside right there. Sandstrom up in a 6. Great dive by him. The Swedish driver really having a good start. Up 10 spots. And I think, well, after a lap of craziness, or 2 laps of craziness, I think we can see what happened to Justin. Because I think that might have been hardware failure, as you pointed out. Because it was
Justin...
Voltec continued to slow down.
Yeah, I mean, as far as we're aware, he's an individual with a moral compass. Oh, so he was already having problems. Does he barely got some? Very odd. He was still turning the wheel a bit. Very strange. And if Justin is listening along, let us know on YouTube chats. What's happened there? Be useful to find out. Interesting to find out at least. Beer up 2 places. Pillamore's up 20, by the way.
I think
just ahead of him. Good job. Here comes Beer up the inside, a little bit squirrely on the curb, but he's got past Potapenko. Potapenko's going to be done by Zoyan. Martinson is within range as well. There goes the 1, 2, 3. Olsen, meanwhile, just came across Stroll bit, that is amongst teammates. And Zoyan confirming that move. And Potapenko, I think, is going to be done by another pro driver. So.
Well, I looked in the race chat to expect a little bit of some explanation. No explanation for that incident, and actually Justin is I think Justin's out on track right now or something. No, he's not. He's actually done this circuit. Yeah, he has. That is that was one of the scariest incidents I've seen on iRacing. Even if it's hardware failure, you know, when you see an incident just of a car flying past another car, you kind of just tense up just a little bit.
Yeah, I love to show off the damage. That was very cool. Parts flying all over the place. There's Gacchino not making such a meal out of that one. Going maximum speed there was Gacchino. Max speeds. I thought of that one on the spot, believe it or not.
That's a stretch.
I know it's tricky to believe. As we go to Potapenko, who is notoriously a driver who I don't think any plans can be made out of, because that name, team name, might have some potential. We'll start thinking about that one. He's chasing down Martinson at the moment.
Sam, I imagine you in between rounds just like having a notebook, just like, yep, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this.
No, I think if that was the case, Austin, that would be better. Like, let's be real on that one. That'd actually be all right.
Were they any good?
No, if I did it like that, then I think they would be. They couldn't be worse than the fly ones. As
see, this is why I never race in the ARL series commentated by you.
Yes. Well, yeah, I mean your name, Alistair. Maybe not his first name, but your surname. Got a lot of pun potential. So, yeah, probably was that one. Here comes Martel. He's up to 14.
Yeah, Martel, not the best start. We saw him, I think he's had 2 incidents, because I don't think he really fell down that much. Martel. Yeah, there might have been 2 incidents. We saw him go off in the old hairpin, but I don't think he lost many spots from the old airport. Oh, contact Fillmore and Martinson. Jacob Fillmore of 13 Racing gets taken out in turn 12 right there. And that's an unfortunate.
It's Bayberg.
Gilmore, behind him. Yeah, Rickard definitely has the pace of passing right there. Oh, there goes Fillmore.
That's not the track. It's not the track. Where's he going to rejoin?
Eventually.
Not dangerously portion. There you go. Back on now. Let's work.
Yeah, this isn't the ARL Super Truck Series, which,
oh,
you know,
that would be a great line, wouldn't it, in that?
Yeah.
Oh, that would have to be around. Have to be around.
You know, anytime I can promote my favorite series, I can definitely promote it. I will.
Go YouTube that, anyone. If you don't know what we're talking about, go search Apex Racing League Super Trucks Hockenheim, and maybe skip to the end of race 3. It's on the best track you'll see of the decade.
Oh, are you talking about your dive on from hell?
Yeah.
Or was that race 2?
No, it was race 3. I probably did the same race 2 as well.
Yeah, to be fair, you seem like you were bet to kill anybody in front of you.
No penalties. No penalties.
You were the admin of the series.
No. No penalties.
Rig. And that's why there wasn't a season 2.
Yeah, well, yeah. And I am the undefeated champion, of course, in that one. And BSR Radical Winter Series Championship as well.
Okay, Sam.
Which I don't usually mention too much, but I have to pop it in there every now and again. So, well done me.
Well, speaking of championships and champagne is currently flowing at the Alcatech HQ right there. 5 minutes until, well, they crown the champion with them and a team championship as well as Potapenko down the inside of Florian Beer. Well, actually, yeah, Potapenko being overtaken by Florian Beer. Right there's Marteau. And those 2 cars very, very great on the attack and the exit of the S's right there. Coming a Vermin to the Vermin car. Let's do it.
Good work, Alistair.
Austin.
Gacchino also got past Zuayan. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Ignore that. We might have another move on here, though. Beer, he's just let him past. I'd say such respect. He is through. Can get stopped. Carrying a lot of speed, but just very grippy was I'd say.
It looked
5
like
seconds to catch up to Manishev. He should catch up by the end of the race.
It looked like Potapenko wanted to have the move made off the exit right there. But, well, at the entry after he let him by, but I feel like he was just a little bit too confused on what was going on ahead of him as they were letting each other by. It's the final race of the season. You kind of don't want to make enemies right there. I know some people said last lap, all or nothing, last race, all or nothing, but I'm all for last race. Let's just leave it on a good term and not have a bad race. I know it's not the exciting way of finishing, but you know it's kind of the last stage of the Tour de France where nobody really cares about the championship, and everybody really takes it as a procession.
Yeah, because I think the main championship is the friends you make along the way.
Yes.
That's who the real winners are, and that's friendship.
The friends you make along the way, the smiles you have, and you know the very happy moments we have throughout the championship, and sometimes the horrible ones.
Yeah, and that's your highlight of the season. I'm sure. Let us know what your favourite pun of the season was, or your favourite moments of the season was. Chat below. Super appreciate you guys tuning in this season.
Prefer moments, not puns. Some of them I don't want to remember.
It's sort of the same thing. I think that's basic. Top 5 moments have been various puns through the championship.
The Oh Dear one was
really good stuff.
The Oh Dear one was pretty okay though.
Classic. Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is though, that was a viewer, not a driver. As Sandstrom got a little bit loose for the S's off the exit. Somehow kept it pointed straight as he comes under fire from Chiquino. But right behind him. as Aaron Smith sits there in 5th place. Currently sitting there in 2nd place in the AIMS Championship. This was an absolute beauty of a day for Aaron Smith. It looked like we were going to have a very tight fight, but then race 1, 2, and 3, it's just been a downhill fight for his championship rival, Jack Reeve, who, well, I think Jack Reeve just, he was involved in another incident at the start. And Aaron Smith, P2 in the championship, the AMS championship, which will be his highest ever championship finishing position.
I think you're right. Yep, I think he got maybe P3 or P4 in the Formula V series in the pros, as there goes Martin Manchester, so maybe picking up a slowdown perhaps, or just waving him on by. Fastest first sector of anyone that 1.6.
Smith was an AM in these.
No, he was a pro. He was a pro Smith. He nearly won the nearly won the championship. Was very quick, won a lot of races, but just fell a bit short. Everyone had problems that season, and just fell a little bit short. As here comes so Gugino getting past Sandstrom then, and that's really allowed Smith to pull away. Excellent performance.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was a pro. Him and I had a little bit of a truce with each other. I would let him buy and use his draft.
Lovely stuff. The teamwork in that series was very significant. Probably more drafting than you have at Daytona.
It was an absolute craziness. Race 1, Mark Redford. Race 1 at Mosport, and the wild final lap at Bathurst.
+1.
Those are 2. I think they're tied.
+1 and +1.
Yes.
Probably Mosport, I think, takes the win. But yeah, that final lap at Bathurst was insane. A lot of fun.
Mosport was a lot of fun. Will's lap at Bathurst definitely showed him that. Definitely showed us that he is flying right there. It was probably one of my favorite laps I've ever covered in racing. Like, that was a massive charge that Will did. Unfortunately, didn't get the win, but oh man, it was beautiful to watch. And speaking of beautiful, 15 seconds to go for Will Redford till the checkered flag, and we'll be taking another lap out there. White flag in the air for the Drive Dead Racing 142. Will Redford. 1 lap to go ahead of Tobias Olsen. His dad, Mark Redford, in the chat.
Nice. Schnabel. Maybe able to get past. There's 3 good winners tonight, it looks like, as that is what you want to do. And the outside, easy peasy, no defense there for K-Batch. But some good winners tonight to kind of represent the season. Marteau, Redford and Olsen, I believe, the 3 most winning drivers this season. Rasmussen, I think, might get P3 in the championship, which does slightly scupper this nice conclusion, wrap up to the season. But still, Rasmussen not winning a race for the whole season, but he certainly did deserve it. But here's this man who has become a bit of a meme, I must say. Will, driven brilliantly, but has lost a few race wins. Going to be runner-up in the championship, but the least he deserved was a race win to end the season. So it will be Will Redford at his home race who wins here, race 3 at Donington, rounding out the championship. But your champion is Tobias Olsen. Congratulations to Tobias, working very hard for that title, and definitely a deserved champion as Redford absolutely destroys the car at the end of the race. Your amateur champion is going to be, I'm looking for him down the order, we'll be Schnabel. He's got a little bit more of the track to go. He can maybe pull some shapes near the end of this one. Not a good final race, but it's been a phenomenal few rounds.
His first 2 races were all he needed. The first 2 races were all he needed, and then the final race, you know, he was caught up in an incident, but it doesn't matter. Lennart Schnabel, he had the championship at the end of last race too. So this race, it was just show up, drink the champagne already. Don't drive drunk, but you know, he's already had it ice cold and everything, and he'll be enjoying that. Park Sakari, and I think we might see a little bit of donuts. There's the donuts from Tobias Olsen as he burns it down here and celebrates his Apex Racing Academy VRS Formula 3 Super Series Pro Championship. Your champion, Tobias Olsen, as he, dethrones Q Tiago Marteau.
Yes, and that reign went on for a while, obviously. 2 seasons in a row Marteau won, and particularly in dominant fashion, the second one. And, you know, Marteau did miss round 1, that certainly harmed him. But Olsen, even if you discount that round 1, Olsen still scored 1 point, so it was still a very deserved championship win for him. Trying to find out what Olsen's best result in a season is. I believe this is his first ever ARA championship. I think he has had top 3s in the past. I might just update us on that. Hope you'll have a chat with us in a moment. But there is your race winner, Redford ahead of Olsen. Zwemstra rounding out the podium. There was Rasmussen, Smith top of the AMS and finishes runner-up in the Amateur Championship. Then was Guccino, Sandstrom, Zuayan, Marteau, Anishev, Bia, Potapenko, Boberg, Martinson, Accord, Fowler, Phillimore, Blaze, K-Batch, Schnabel, who wins the Amateur Championship. Alex Roggenbach was in 21st, now was Brian Hotham, Bartolotta, Moore, Rosenkrantz, Charney, Christensen, Bors, Reeve, Negretti with the crash of the season. I know, too fair. I think there's a fair few contenders for that, to be fair. Christian Engelhardt was in 31st position.
Lap 1 of Bathurst.
Hungering.
Bathurst. Half the field.
Is there a big... Oh, no, yeah, you're right. You are right.
I cursed the entire grid.
Yeah, and we were fully aware of it. You witch. It was really bad.
I was giving them the benefit of the doubt.
No, let's not dress this up at anything that it isn't, Alistair. It was undoubtedly...
But that's Austin!
Alright, sorry guys. Alistair's trying to just keep it cool at the end of the season. We'll have some interviews with drivers.
Can I kick him?
We have got Tobias Olsen, who joins us in the commentary box now. Congratulations, Tobias, by our reckoning. That is the championship for you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it feels really good. I just went in tonight with a mindset to take it a bit easy, because I knew I had quite some point margin, but yeah, it worked out well, I would say.
Yeah, it certainly did. Race 1, you just had a nice battle with Will. It looked like, I mean, you guys have sort of battled a bit this season, but I don't think I've had that many wheel-to-wheel battles. I mean, usually it's being kind of one ahead of the other, so it must have been quite nice to actually, you know, battling for a good sorts of 15 minutes. So it's pretty much the whole race you two were dueling.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then he came there and I kind of let him go, but yeah, I was just driving safe. So, but yeah, we had some good battles, and also with Marteau and doing a great job, and yeah, really nice.
Yeah, and then race 2, of course, you managed to take the race win, which all seemed fairly simple. You know, you got past your teammates, and then it was fairly simple from then on. And then race 3, I mean, how did you feel about race 3? Because, I mean, you know, going into the final meeting of the season, you know, you can kind of, you know, take it easy, as you were saying. But, you know, did you drive any different in race 3 compared to race 1 and race 2? Because I imagine it's quite tricky to kind of keep up the intensity, you know, when, you know, it's totally wrapped up like that.
I kind of went flat out in the last race, pushing the limit. Just took a bit easy on the first and the second lap to not hit anyone and do something stupid, but yeah, P2 was perfect, so yeah, and the championship is mine, so, and the team's championship, so it's double.
Of course, yeah, you guys absolutely dominated the championship this season. Super impressive. Well, you got this championship now under your belt. I mean, what's next for you and Alcantech?
What's next for Alcantech? I don't know. I'm leaving after this race. This was my last race with these guys. So yeah, that's about it.
Well, hopefully we see you back on the channel at some point in the future, and yeah, hopefully fights for more championships in the near future as well. Is there anyone you'd like to give a shout out to, Tobias?
Yeah, Alchemtech and my teammates, and just you guys, and thanks for this season. I'm really happy, really nice.
Awesome.
And,
well, congratulations, Tobias, and yeah, drink some champagne. Do you have any champagne or any alcohol in the house that you can consume?
We're gonna do a gin and tonic drinks, I think, in the team channel after. So I'm gonna do one now.
Lovely stuff. Well, enjoy,
Yeah.
and yeah, hopefully we'll see you back in the near future.
Yeah, thanks.
Tobias Olsen there, your pro champion this season. Alistair, do you have who would you like to drag up? Alistair, you there?
No, but Austin is.
So who's this?
Oh my gosh.
Austin. Okay, so I think we've lost Alistair for a bit. Some other guys popped in. I mean, this so-called Austin, do you want to take an interview anyway?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I hate this so much. Let's take in Lennart Schnabel. Lennart, how was today's race? And well, you can finally lift up that trophy.
It was quite good. Especially the first two races. Leading the second race for, I don't know, 4 laps or something. Then I spun. And yeah, the last race, was kind of shitty at the start already. I spun with contact with Rosenkrantz, I think it was, and I don't know, a lap after in the last corner I hit him again, and then my car was toasted, so it was okay, but not the best.
Well, it's you already had the championship wrapped up heading into this race, so anything could have happened, and you still would have walked away with the championship. And you know, if it was going to be any race that something bad was going to be happening, it was the one that didn't really have that much consequence towards you, because you know you are the ARL VRS F3 Super Series Season 5 AM champion.
Thank you. I want to thank my parents for this opportunity. Yeah, my team, my competitors. Was a great season to drive with, and I hope for a good next season.
And we're excited to see what you do next season in the class ahead of you.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard, but I'll try my best and hopefully mix the field up. So yeah, just try my best.
All right, well, you have a fantastic rest of your day. Congrats on the championship. We'll see you in season 6. Lennart Schnabel, everybody.
Thanks for that. See, well, honestly, he sounds so much like Alistair. It's uncanny. But yep, we'll move on to the next interview. We got in for a chat. I'll have a chat with Will Redford. Joins us in the commentary box now. Will, congratulations, another race win tonight. You consolidate that second place in the championship as well. Must be quite satisfying to round it off with a good result like that.
Yeah, it always is. I think the first race and the third race were quite good. I got the fastest lap in both races and was probably the fastest person on track. But you know, congrats to Olsen for winning the championship, and you know he's kept his nose clean the entire season, and that's at the end of the day that's what you got to do to win, and he's done it. For me, you know, this second race sort of sums up my second half of this season, getting taken out by another car and, you know, having to do my best and come back through the pack. But at the end of the day, you know, it is racing and there is a bit of luck involved. But Tobias has done really well to keep his nose clean the entire season, so congrats to him.
Yes, yeah, yeah. Certainly, it does come down to luck a lot of the time, and yeah, you were maybe slightly not having the rub of the green across the season, but still pretty good for yourself. That must be. I was talking to Tobias earlier on, and he was saying how it was quite nice to, race against you in race 1 because. At least from what I recall, there's a lot to remember from this season, but I don't recall you guys necessarily battling wheel to wheel a lot of the time. I mean, maybe you've been chasing him down, maybe he's been chasing you down, but it must have been quite good to have a proper battle with him at this final round.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's what you get when you got two drivers that are so close to each other pace-wise. When there's a few seconds between us, it's hard to pull that gap in or to pull away. So we never ended up really racing wheel to wheel with each other. Because off the starts, that's where the gaps are formed, and then from there, it's then very hard to pull in another car. You saw that in race 1 with Marto when he got 2 seconds ahead and kept that gap for the rest of the race, and in race 3 as well, where I got a big gap and then kept that gap for the rest of the race. So it was nice to go wheel to wheel with it.
We've seen you race in a multitude of series. Of course, you're also racing in the touring cars at the moment. Where is going to be your allegiance in the next few months? I mean, is it going to be more focusing on touring cars, Formula 3, something else, real life racing? I mean, what's the priority in the near future?
I don't know yet. I mean, I pretty much drive everything, so it's not like I think Tobias pretty much exclusively drives the F3 car. He's in every single F3 race I enter. He's always there, so he gets a lot of track time in, whereas I drop in between the Skippy, the F3 touring cars, whatever takes my fancy. So, of course, we got the real life season coming up as well. So I'm hoping to get out and race in real life as well. I do need some sponsors for that though. So if there's anyone listening to the broadcast that wants to help me out, then feel free to shoot me a message on social media or something. At the end of the day, I might do another season in something. Maybe I'll come back and do the F3 season. I might just stick with touring cars. So it's whatever takes my fancy.
Awesome. Well, we wish you the best of luck on that one. Will, is there anyone you'd like to give a shout out to?
Big shout out to Tobias for taking the championship today. Of course, I said before, he's done really good all season. Thanks to you guys for doing the broadcast. As always, they've always been good to watch at the end. Shout out to my dad for watching pretty much every race, and I think my mum as well. I'll give her a shout out, and my older brother, and of course my team, Drive Dead Racing.
Well, thanks for joining us, Will, and best of luck to get a championship in the future.
Thank you.
Will Redford there. I see, Alistair, you seem to have, I don't know if this is deliberate or not, Alistair, but it seems like you've accidentally changed your name, or maybe, in fact, sorry, so is Alistair your middle name then, and then Not is your first name? Because I mean, I feel bad, Not Alistair.
Anyway, we have another interview. Aaron Smith joins us in the commentary booth. Aaron, how are you feeling after that race?
Oh, really good. That was possibly my best drive of the season. 2 pit lane starts, 14 points behind, and I have no words. It felt so good, especially that last race holding off Jesper and Max. That was so good.
It looked like this was the start of something special, Aaron. This is, I believe, your highest championship finishing position in all of ARL. This secures P2 for you. You came in here with a 4-point gap to you and Jack, and in all the 3 races, you finished ahead of him by just a little bit. Well, not a little bit, a lot, and you absolutely nailed it down today.
Well, I mean, it was 4 points, but then I got a few penalties, which put it down to, I think, 14. So I came into this race, having 2 pit lane starts, and Jack was really quick. So I thought, I'm probably not gonna, get this, and I'll just have fun. And in race 1, when I saw him crash, I know he's my teammate and everything, but I was quite happy. And then drove to P11, which felt pretty good. Race 2, pretty much the same thing. And then race 3, I don't know how I ended up in P5, but yeah, that last race was really fun.
It really looked like a lot of fun. P5 for you, up 10 spots, and an absolutely great way to end out the season. Before we let you go to go celebrate this one, are you planning to hop into season 6?
Definitely. I will 100% be back. And whether I'm in AM or pro, wherever I get put into, I'm always going to try and win. That's all I ever want to do. And if I am put in pro next season, I will have to turn it up a bit, but I'm always going to try my best. And if I'm AM, then I'll just go to try and win for like the third or fourth time I've been in this series. So whatever happens next season, I'm going to be back.
Well, before we let you go, anybody you want to give a shout out before, you take a little small break before turning it up?
I just want to give a big thanks to Zem. I said this last week. Today would have been my last race with them. Been together with them for about a year now, and it's been pretty fun. We've done a lot of events together, but I'm joining a different team next season. You'll have to wait and see what team that will be. But I think next season will be probably my best season yet, and I can guarantee that.
All right. Well, some excitement for next season of Season 6 for Aaron Smith. Well, I'm very excited for Season 6 now. Heading over to Samuli. Samuli, how are you feeling about Aaron's chances next season?
I think he's got a good chance. Not Alistair Knight. I don't know why Alistair you muted me earlier on. It must have been a mistake. I mean, I'm sure it wasn't done, but I don't want to accuse you of anything. Hopefully it didn't come across like that, but yeah, just must have been a mistake, so just watch out for that next time. Next interview, we'll drag up Nicholas Rasmussen, because he, I believe, is our third place finisher. I'm having an absolute mare, Nicholas, if I'm honest, with these standings. I can't seem to upload the final results, but I don't think Marto outscored you enough, so congratulations on, I believe, is a top 3 in the championship.
Yeah, by our calculations within the team, it's P3, so yeah, we are obviously very, very pleased with that. Got the team championship, Toby won the overall drivers championship, and I managed to get a P3, so yeah, so feels good, feels really good, honestly.
Definitely. I mean, we were rooting for you to get that race win tonight in order to break that duck. I mean, honestly, it's one of the most remarkable sorts of not winning seasons, because we've had, 24 races or something this season, or 22 races, I think, with reverse grids as well, and yet you've just fallen short throughout. So I don't know, in a way, I mean, it gets to that point where like it becomes so remarkable that you didn't win a race that it's almost notable in itself. So I don't know, is that some sort of consolation, or would you rather just won one race?
I mean, honestly, today I feel like obviously I could have chosen to fight a lot, and maybe go for a win, but we wanted the team's championship, we wanted Toby to win the drivers championship, and I wanted to get P3, so today we just went on the most boring race ever was basically the goal, just to make sure we got the points. But obviously I'm a racing driver like in sim here, and I'd like to win, of course. But at the end of the day, I think I achieved the goal I wanted this season personally. That's P3. And next season, you better believe I'm gonna go for at least getting a win, because it would feel nice.
Definitely. It will taste all the more sweeter when it does inevitably come round. Is there anyone you'd like to give a shout out to, Nicholas?
Yeah, again, thanks guys for an amazing championship, and yeah, everything. I think, yeah, sorry for being a bit speechless, but we fought hard this season, all of us in Elgintech and HR, and we achieved everything we wanted. So thanks to you guys, thanks to my teammates, and yeah, I'm speechless. So I'm just gonna keep quiet for now.
Well, we hear there's going to be some gin and tonics consumed in the Elgintech Discord.
Yeah, so, Toby told you.
Exactly. So we won't delay you anymore. Get down there, hopefully we see you back on the channel in the near future.
Yeah, thanks. See you around, guys. Have a good one.
Nicholas Rasmussen, P3 in the championship, all but confirmed. Unfortunately, I can't confirm the results, but yeah, we're fairly sure about it with Nicholas having some solid results tonight. Unfortunately, Alistair's gone, so we're not going to be able to have a chat with Alistair at the end of the season. I think he's got 3.5, so make sure to go there and mention his name a lot, because I'm sure he'll love that. He's very fond of his name is Alistair. But that pretty much... Oh, he's back! Alistair! He is back. Awesome stuff. How are you?
You know, I was doing a debrief for the Formula 3.5 Championship, which is immediately after this. So, yeah.
Excellent. Well, we've already sort of discussed our favourite moments of the season, but yeah, I mean, are there any other comments you'd like to leave on this championship?
No, I think we've discussed our most favorite moments. I gotta say, Mosport is probably my favorite moment out of all of it. It was just a wonderful race overall. Races that I would want to forget. Commentary-wise, this one. Race-wise, race 1 at Bathurst. That was an absolute nightmare of a start, but race 2 at Bathurst is really wonderful to see. That last lap by Will will be really hard to forget.
For sure, yeah. Sorry to everyone for the dreadful. It's been dreadful commentary in this final round, but if you've enjoyed the rest of the season, at least, despite our best efforts. Yeah, of course, do check out all the sponsors. We haven't really talked about the sponsors tonight, but thanks to Virtual Racing School, SDK Gaming, and to Apex Racing Academy, there's links to all of them in the description below. Go click on those links, see the services that they provide, and yeah, huge thanks to them, because they've been providing some prizes as well for the top drivers and teams in the various championships. Of course, thanks to you guys for tuning in. Thanks to, of course, Austin and Mark, and also Andy helped along as well. I think Marco did the first few rounds. So if Marco is tuning along, then thanks to him as well. And yeah, Apex Racing, everyone who's helped on Apex Racing TV. And thanks to you guys as well for watching along. Super appreciate it. And of course, thanks to the drivers for putting on 9 really entertaining meetings here on Apex Racing TV. Of course, do make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a like on this video, and also check out our social media on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. But for now, that pretty much rounds us off for the season. So for myself, Matt Fitzpatrick, from Mark Chanter, and from Alistair Knight, we are going to conclude this season of the Apex Racing Academy Formula 3 Virtual Racing School Super Series, and we hope to see you back in the very near future. See you then.
Are you struggling for consistency in your sim racing? Does your iRating look like a roller coaster? If so, we have good news for you. The way to get more consistent is to first understand what you're doing differently than the professionals. And VRS is the answer. With our competitive subscription, you will have the telemetry, setups, tutorials, and everything else you need to fully analyze your driving. Our data packs and the ability to compare your driving with the best in the world will show you exactly where to adjust your inputs, change your driving line, and shave seconds off of your lap times. And our powerful and precise Direct Force Pro wheelbase and precision pedals are being used by some of the world's best drivers, including Peter Berryman, John Robertson, Brandon Trano, and IndyCar World Champion Alex Palou. All these champions agree that VRS hardware is not just the best on the market, it's also priced well below the competition. So if you're looking to upgrade to direct drive and the best pedals in sim racing, VRS is your answer. If you want to get better, get faster, and make it happen sooner rather than later, you owe it to yourself to find out why so many people are switching to VRS. You'll be so glad that you did. Visit www.virtualracingschool.com and learn why the best use VRS.